Here we got an EOC style question. It's asking which graph shows a solution to the inequality shown below. This is the inequality. I went ahead and wrote it out over here so I can show my work. So this is actually a compound inequality, and I know that because right here I have two inequality symbols, less than or equal to and less than. So not only do we have to solve this problem, we have to go ahead and figure out which graph belongs to it. So in order to do that, first we have to solve. Because it's a compound inequality and we have two inequality symbols, this is something that I like to call all sides math. It's not both sides because there's no longer two sides. We have three sides, and it's going to be divided by these inequality symbols right here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just drawing a dotted and dashed line to symbolize the breaking up, so the three different parts of the equation or the inequality. So this is one part, this is another part, and this is another part. And the idea is I have to get n by itself in the middle, and whatever I do here, I have to do here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by getting rid of this set of parentheses. I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So when I distribute, I get the same thing over here. 15 less than or equal to 7n, and I get minus 2n plus 20. It's plus because you have negative 2 times negative 10, and that's going to be less than 35. I'm also going to combine my like terms. I have two like terms right next to each other here, so I end up with 15 less than or equal to 5n plus 20 is less than 35. So now I can start showing you the as math or AS math, all sides method. So in order to get this n by itself here, looking at this whole thing, I had to get rid of this 20. So I subtract 20 from all sides. So I subtract 20 here, here, and then again back here. Because it's a balance, you have to keep everything even. So here I end up with negative 5 less than or equal to 5n. This cancels out right here. Then over here, when I subtract, I end up with 15. One more step. In order to get this n by itself, I have to divide everything by 5. Once I divide everything by 5, I get negative 1 less than or equal to n, which is less than 3. So automatically I can go ahead and look at what I have up here. Look at my answer choices. You don't even have to graph to figure out these answers, and we can also use a process of elimination. So look at A and B. They look very similar in their graphs, same with C and D, except for some minor differences. And those minor differences are, here we have an open circle and here we have a closed circle, and it alternates. But look at these numbers. We have the markers on the numbers 7 and 11, but that's not in our answer, so we can automatically conclude that A and B are not going to be the correct answers. Process of elimination is the best thing for you because on this test now you've narrowed it down. So even if you don't understand the idea behind the open and closed circles, you can narrow it down to 50-50. But let's talk about the open and closed circle. What makes a circle open is having an inequality symbol without a line underneath. So if you look down here at 3, n is less than 3, it's going to be an open circle. That means it's not colored in. So where the 3 is, we have to have an open circle. So that's going to be D. So we know the answer is D. But then let's talk about the closed circle. The closed circle is going to have a line underneath it, just like this. So it's going to say negative 1 less than or equal to n. That n means it's colored in, it's a closed circle. So our final answer is going to be D.